Yes. Just a second. Hi, I'm Carolyn. I'm David's wife. He's Thrill Seeks. And we're just going to go through, well, the very, very few coasters that I have ridden that are still open today, that are on the list anyways. There are a few coasters that have gone. I haven't ridden a great deal of coasters anyways. I've only ridden about 20, maybe 25 I think, ever. That's only a very loose thing. Of what's in the coaster database on Vote Coasters, I've got 14. So, yeah. I've only ever been to 3 proper theme parks. Did go to Gulliver's Kingdom at Matloff Bath when I was about 11. But I don't know if it's classed as a proper theme park or not, or if it even was back then in the 90s. So I can't really say much. I don't remember going on any coasters there, that's for certain. Coasters that I've been on in the past that definitely aren't on the list is I remember going on the Dragon Coaster at Alton Towers, and I'm positive it was at Alton Towers. I remember going on Wild Mouse at Blackpool. And the Klondike at Drayton Manor when that was on, open, the Klondike Mine Train. So I remember going on those 3, but they're all gone, no longer there. And then we've been on a Wacky Worm this year at a fun fair, which isn't really on here, so I've gone with the next closest thing, which was Caterpillar, sorry. Wacky Caterpillar thing. So I've gone with the next best thing, which is the Wacky Crazy Caterpillar at Sandwell Valley Amusements. I'll tell you where that is on what number it is in a moment. That was the next best thing as I could find to what we actually went on. So, you know. Right, so for my list, number 14 is Accelerator. I've only been on it twice. Yeah, twice. Yeah. In the last few years. I did not go on it this year. It's an okay ride, but I don't really like the fact that, it's a boomerang myself. I'm not a brilliant fan of coasters in general, although I will go on them if you push me enough, give me enough encouragement, eventually. As long as they're not too big, most of the time. So yeah, I have done Accelerator. I've done it twice. I did enjoy it, but nah, I'd sooner not go on it again. Maybe next time, if there's a few more people with us, next time we go, then perhaps I'll get on it again. But I definitely need encouragement, and one person isn't enough for encouragement. Right, number 13 is Spinball Whizzer. Again, I've only been on it about once or twice. Not in the recent years since we've been going back to the theme parks. That's at Alton Towers, obviously. Last time I went on it, I enjoyed it, apart from the fact that I kept feeling as if I was going to fall out my seat all the way around. Because with me being a bit of a heavier person, it was always spinning in my direction. So that wasn't fantastic. That's to do with weight distribution on the actual ride. So, you know, never mind. It was still fun, but no, I haven't been on it that often. Number 12 is Big Dipper. Again, I haven't ridden this in absolutely ages. When we get back to Blackpool, I need to try and get on it. So if anybody else is around, please help me to get on. Please.
Yeah.
Please help me to get on all the different rides. apart from one. You ain't getting me on one of them. That's
Why
no
not?
way.
You never know.
Right, so Big Dipper is number 12. Grand National I've got grouped together as number 11. It doesn't bother me which side I go on. I enjoy it. But yeah, it is rough. And the seats are quite small and stuff, so it's a bit of a tricky one. But I do enjoy it. Number 10 is the biggest coaster, one of the biggest coasters I've ever been on. And this might surprise some people because of what I've said so far, and that is Shockwave. The only stand-up roller coaster in the UK. I enjoyed it. I've been on it 2 or 3 times. The first time I ever rode it, well, I went for a day out with my mates from school, a group of kids from school that I knew, and everybody ran to it straight away, so where did I end up? On the back row. And I remember it, I just remember being absolutely scared, and a couple of embarrassing things happening whilst I was on the coaster. Like I said, I got on the back. I had a scrunchie on in my hair, a big bow in my hair, and that disappeared whilst I was on the ride. And then the other thing was that I sneezed at one point whilst going round and could do nothing about it. So that disappeared as well. Literally all I could do was to be on the ride was to shut my eyes and hold on for dear life. The second time I went on it, I did look at my feet for some of the ride, but mostly I just shut my eyes, closed my eyes. Number 9 is Nemesis. Again, the only reason I went on that the first time was because I was with the same group of people that took me on Shockwave, and I ended up with no choice. So I ended up on Nemesis when I was about 16. I've been on that about 2-3 times, I think. Didn't get on it last year when we went. I did try to go on, didn't I? But I chickened out.
Not last time. Year.
Well, last time we went to Towers.
It was
last year. In 2019 when we went. I attempted to go on and chickened out. So again, it's another ride that I need to get back on. There's no funny story with it. It's just the case as I ended up on it with me mates from school. Number 8, I rode for the first time last year, and that is Octonauts Adventure. Actually, no, I'm going to change that round, actually. Number 8 is Crazy Caterpillar. Like I said, that was at a fun fair at Merry Hill. Now, the one that I've got in the list is Sandwell Valley Amusements, because I couldn't find the actual one that was at the fun fair. It was at Kay's Fun Fair. There was also another ride there that I would have classed as a bit of a coaster, but I think other people classed it as a dark, and that is the Ghost Train. Love that. That was so fun. So yeah, number 8 is now Crazy Caterpillar. Number 7, as I was just saying, is the Octonauts Roller Coaster Adventure. Rode that for the first time last year. It's quite fun, quite enjoyable. I'll happily go on that anytime we're at Towers, anytime. Number 6 is another big ride that I went on for the first time last year. I've only been on it once. I did attempt to go back on it this year, and again I chickened out. And that is Rita. Now, I did actually enjoy it when we went on it at Scarefest last year. I think because half of it was because I had nothing to worry about, because we got a fast pass. So no sooner were we in the queue than I was on the ride, and I didn't get a chance to think. And then it was also a nighttime ride, which again might have made the difference because it didn't give me as much time to think. When we attempted to go on this year, well, we spent about an hour in the queue. And I was okay until I actually got to the train, and then I thought, no, couldn't do it. So I chickened out, left David to do it by himself. But never mind. Number 5 is Avalanche from Blackpool. I do really enjoy it. Again, I haven't been on it for quite a while, but I do really enjoy it. Would be nice if I could sit behind David, but now I have to sit in front because of the height difference, but still never mind. It's still enjoyable, and it is after all just really like a giant slide, so that's not so bad for me. Number 4 is the Runaway Mine Train. I've been on that several times now. I hadn't been on it for quite a while because I went on it first when I was at school, and then I didn't go on it for like 10-15 years. Just because of the simple fact that I haven't been going back to the theme parks. I've only been going back to the theme parks with my husband for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So it's taken me a while to get back on quite a lot of rides and stuff, and we've only been to the 3 together because we haven't got a great deal of money and stuff, but never mind. So yeah, number 4 is the Runaway Mine Train. Love it. It's one of my favourite ride at Towers. And then number 3 is my second favourite at Drayton Manor, and that is Troublesome Truck's Runaway Coaster. Again, we only went on that for the first time last year. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. When we went on Sunday or Friday a few weeks ago. Friday.
It was in September.
Friday in September. The last time we went on a Friday, and it was so chill. Chill. There was absolutely nobody around the park. Well, next to nobody. And it was great. We literally the only coaster that we waited for was Troublesome Trucks, and we was one of the first few riders on it. And yeah, we sat side by side, brilliant. And then we went on again a bit later. We managed to get individual seats, so we had a little bit more space and just had a great laugh. Great day, so we went twice on that day. And yeah, it's my second favourite at Drayton Manor. So brilliant. Number 3 overall. Number 2. Right, number 2, I don't care which colour, but my number 2 is Steeplechase from Blackpool, and that's the one that's a horse. And I just absolutely love it. Brilliant. I'll go on that all day quite happily at Blackpool. It doesn't bother me which colour it is that I ride. Generally, the last few times we've been, there's only either been 1 or 2 lanes running. I think usually red and yellow, but I could be wrong. I could have them back to front. And yeah, I enjoy that. I'll quite happily ride that by myself and quite happily ride it all day. And then my number 1, which you've probably guessed, is the Buffalo Coaster from Drayton Manor. And that ride I really, really do love. In fact, I loved it so much as when we did go to Drayton Manor in September, I rode it 10 times, almost in a row. I let David go off and do his coasters and go on Apocalypse and what have you, and I got on Buffalo and I just stayed put. We rode it like 2 or 3 times together, and then we went somewhere else and then we came back. But in the afternoon, literally from 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock, I think it was, maybe even 2:30, I was just riding it solid, and the staff member allowed me to stay on the ride and just keep going and keep going and keep going. and it was fabulous. I just loved it. I sat in a couple of different seats. I sat up by the buffalo's head. I sat by where the engine usually used to be in the middle. We sat at the back quite a few times, either at the very back or just before the back. And yeah, I just loved it. Loved it. So we finished the day riding the buffalo round and mound. But it is my absolute favourite, it really is. Next year there will be a few additions to it, hopefully. I can gather up the courage to go on the most of the coasters at Efteling, hopefully.
Yeah.
There's one I'm really not sure about, maybe two. But I do hope to try and go on all of them. I can get my courage up and what have you. Again, if anybody sees us whilst we're over there, please help me to go on the rides. Please. On the roller coasters anyways. Great. And that is it. And I'll
The usual.
Right, yeah, this is going up on my husband's channel for thrill's sake, so please like the video, share it. I think my husband's going to try and put some pictures again like he did for his. So please like, share and comment, and I'll speak to you later, TTFM.
And subscribe.
Oh, and subscribe. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe.
Thrill6
at whatever.
Thrill6 on YouTube.
Right, Thrill6 on YouTube, my husband's just reminding me. Okay, yeah, so basically in the list I've only been on 14, but we'll see how things go, eh? Right, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye, TTFM.